Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. I also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, so the lesson I'm going to do, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to go into John 18. I just had to remember where I was reading earlier today. So, let me see. So I'm going to start at 18 and 1. Okay, 1, 2. Salakia. Alright, Salakia, I'm going to just go ahead and take it from the top. We'll go to Luke. Because they all have an account of Yahawashi meeting up, with Pontius Pilate. So I'm going to go to Luke 23, start at 1. It says, "And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, We found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is the Hamashiach, a king." See, so the same thing that they're doing now, that they want us to tribute Esau, by taking his taking a part of his New World Order, The modern Caesar is these Edomites ruling in America, Modern kings. That's what Caesar means, king, you see. Verse 3. "And Pilate asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, Thou sayest it." See? And that's what they do to us. They mock us. "Oh, are you guys the prophets? You guys the prophets, Hey, you said it, We know we're prophets. We know we're out there teaching and prophesying it with the Holy Spirit, on our side. So that's what it is. Verse 4, "Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man." So Pontius Pilate, he didn't find no fault in Yahawashi. And let's go to that real quick. Let's see. He was a governor. See, Pontius Pilate was the governor. So he would have been like your Jared Polis. He would have been more local than Caesar. All right. So there it is. Pontius Pilate, a Roman official. All right. And it makes me think about that verse in Revelation. Let's get it real quick. Because we always talk to you about the reincarnation, and Pontius Pilate, you got to know he's reincarnated as well. So he's going to, let's get this, Revelation 1 and 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so." See, so when he comes in them chariots, when Yahawashi comes back in them chariots, the ones that pierced him, which one of those people would be Pontius Pilate, says, they're going to see him. Every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. So when he was pierced, he was crucified under the Roman Empire, all right, which were Edomites ruling in Rome, There's an article out on the internet that says Edom is code for Rome, or Rome is code for Edom, Look into that, through the Spirit. But anyway, Luke 23, and I'm at verse 4. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man. And they were the more fierce, saying, He stirreth up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. See? And so that's what we do. They say that we stir up all the people. That's why they're gonna, Esau Edom is gonna attack and demonize the Hebrew Israelites, because he doesn't speak honestly. First off, he calls us the black Hebrew Israelites, and we have all sorts of colors of Israelites in GMS. So he demonizes it, calling it black Hebrew Israelite. Because he tries to tie it to Judah and the southern kingdom. But we have northern kingdom as well. They don't mention that. They don't want that stuff to be known. They don't tell you that they say it's the black Hebrew Israelites. They don't say, oh, it's northern and southern kingdom Israelites coming together in this wicked place. They don't tell you the truth. You see? So let me look up that word Jewry, because I've looked it up before. Let me see. This is Jewish people collectively. Okay, that's okay. That made sense. So teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. So that's what it is. We're saying, hey, we're doing the same thing. We're telling the Jewish people that they're not the real Jews. That indeed it's the tribe of Judah, which are so-called black people. And back then, in Rome, the Jews, the so-called blacks that were calling themselves Jews, they knew, obviously they still knew who they were. It's today that they don't know who they are. In these last days. Let's see. Verse 6, when Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man were a Galilean. And as soon as he knew that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, so let's see, as soon as he knew that, verse 7, soon as he knew that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, he sent himself to Herod, who himself also was at Jerusalem at that time. And when Herod saw, so he was trying to have Herod, because Pilate, the Lord put a spirit on Pontius Pilate of guilty spirit. Like he didn't want to put Yahawashi on the cross because he knew he was innocent, So he was trying to put it on Herod, you see. But that's the Lord who put that spirit on him to feel guilty about it, And Herod, he was a terror, so he looked like a so-called black man, but his father was a so-called white man, an Edomite. See, so let me just keep reading. Let's see where we at. Verse 7. No, verse 8. And when Herod saw Yahawashi, he was exceeding glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season, because he had heard many things of him, and he hoped to have seen some miracle done by him. See, that's what they want. They want to see they want to be a witness, even if they're in a heathen mindset. Even though Herod, he was a terror, he still wanted the heathen always want to see us entertaining them, whether it be a miracle or whether it be singing. Let's get Psalms 137 to prove that point. It says, it's talking about Babylon, right? It says, verse 3, Psalm 137 and 3, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion or of Israel. See? So that's what the spirit, the Edomites have always been in that spirit, Sing us a song, kick a soccer ball or you know, put on a good fight. They line up Jake to fight each other, you know, because Jake's the best fighters. So they, you know, they use us as their entertainment. See, to this day, you know, just look at all the pay-per-view cards. Who's follow? Who's putting? Who's selling out pay-per-views? You know. So where we at? But they that carried us away captive required of us a song. That's what they would make. They wanted the slaves to sing them songs back when they were on the slave ships. You know, telling Jake to entertain them. You know, and that's the thing. Same thing. Herod, he wanted Yahawashi to do the miracle. You know, you can't do no miracles in the presence of the heathen because the heathens are non-believers. Remember, Yahawashi was like, he was unable to do miracles when they didn't have the faith. You know. So we got to go to, let's see, Luke 23, and I'm at verse 9. Then he questioned with him in many words, but he answered him nothing. And the chief priests and scribes stood and vehemently accused him. Oh yeah, and that's because remember Yahawashi, he didn't answer nothing. Why? Because he's the sacrificial lamb. Remember, we tell you when the sheep or the lamb when they get put to death, they don't make any sound. You know. Let's get that verse. There's a precept. Opened his mouth not. Or open not his mouth. KJV, so let's get it real quick. Isaiah 53 and 7. Let's get that real quick. Isaiah 53 and 7. And that's how we gotta be, you know. If we get put in the hands of the oppressor, if Esau Edom, you know, he's on hot pursuit and he catches one of us, then you know we just gotta take the punishment and then put our trust and faith in Yahweh Bashem Yashai that we're gonna get through it, right? Remember, we read in Luke 23 and verse 9 that he questioned him many words, but Yahawashi answered him nothing, right? That's what it said. So then, what is this? Isaiah, I'm going to put it on my Bible. Isaiah 53 and 7 is a precept to that. Because it says, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. See? Oh, he took his punishment like a real man, you could say. You know, he wasn't screaming or asking for, you know, begging Esau for his life. You know, no, he you could see how he was just cold in this situation. You know, Yahawashi was ready. He knew the prophecy. You know. Let's get Luke 23 and 10. And the chief priests and scribes stood and vehemently accused him. And vehemently, let's get that word vehemently. Because you know they were going hard on Yahawashi, man. Wait. Vehemently. Showing strong feeling, forceful, passionate, or intense. So they were cussing him out, man. Vehemently accusing him, intense. You know, same thing they're gonna try and do with the Israelites. Gonna try and demonize us, you know. And Herod, verse 11, was with his men of war, set him at naught and mocked him, and arrayed him in a gorgeous robe, and sent him again to Pilate. See, so they were just playing a game, man. The heathen, they were sending him back and forth in different robes and mocking the king, you know. And the same day, Pilate, because when I read the other account, I forgot which account, but they gave him a purple robe, garment, you know. So this is, where we at? Verse 12. And the same day, Pilate and Herod were made friends together, for before they were at enmity between themselves. So you know what? I didn't even realize that, but those two became boys after they, after they was, being shady and ready to crucify our Hamashiach, Verse 13. And Pilate, when he had ruled together the chief priests and the rulers and the people, said unto them, Ye have brought this man unto me as one that perverteth the people, and behold, I have examined him before you, have found no fault in this man touching him those things whereof ye accuse him. See, so now, here, again, I'm sorry, this is Pilate, Pontius Pilate. Remember, he didn't, he knew Yahawashi was innocent, all right? Verse 15. No, nor yet, Herod, I sent you to him, and lo, nothing worthy of death is done unto him. I will therefore chastise him and release him, for of the necessity he must release one unto them at the feast. And they cried all out at once, saying, Away with this man, and release unto us Barabbas. All right, and Barabbas was he was a murderer, So that's how ass backwards, us being Hebrew Israelites, man, is knowing this truth. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be looked at worse than the murderers of society, man. You see, this is how these people are gonna look at us, man. Until the judgment really starts hitting home, and then they're gonna be humbled. But first, they're gonna come at us, man, with all kinds of demonization. They already do it. They send agents out there. All right, so I'm gonna actually close out because I gotta go get my daughter from school. I'm running a little bit behind. So Lord's will, I'm gonna finish this lesson though. All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi Ba'Hashem, Ha-Rakak Radash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.